Hey, we in there, man.
Hey,
Sheesh.
Woodrow is in the building.
Yeah, buddy. What's going on?
How you doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm good. I won't complain because ain't nobody gonna listen anyway. So
There ain't
I'm
nobody
good.
gonna listen. You know them hands look like they're about to smack you in the back of the head. And
Oh yeah. Oh, you got jokes. See, that's why I didn't want to come on your show in the first place. I
Oh
don't know
no,
why
no,
I
you
wanted.
got
That's why it
this.
took me so long. I really thought about it. I was like, yo, do I really want
No,
to go on his show right now? Because I know where he's going with it.
no, no, no,
No
no,
chill.
no. Listen. This is no joke. Wood, if
Nah,
I
leave me
if I
alone.
haven't said it before, I'm gonna say it now. Woody, you know I got so much love and respect for you. I've always had it since you were young and running around with my
Definitely
brothers,
appreciate
and
it.
to see some of the things that you're doing in the city, like for the community, for the youth, it's amazing, it's inspiring, and I always tell you, listen, if you need me for whatever, you know,
Uh-huh.
I got you. I'll help out as much as I can.
Word.
It's an honor
That's
to have you
love.
on the
I
show.
appreciate that for real.
Yeah.
Hey, definitely,
No,
man.
no, no doubt. So now, yeah, you know, I was gonna, I got joked a little bit. You know
Come
how it
on,
is.
come on with it, man. You trying to
Just a
bring it
little
back
bit. I mean, she got the big ass
a
hands in
little
the
bit, huh?
background. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
come on. My man Carlos Garcia used to hit me with that all the time. Come up behind me, grab my head,
Yeah, just
football head, football head. Like, come on, Carlos, man, let me go, man. Get out of
let
here.
him go. Sit, listen,
Hey,
listen. Now, Woody, you
what's up?
came up under the name, because I thought I was like, all right, let me wait till Woody Adams comes up. I'm gonna see. But you came up under the organization that you
I'm
started, right?
working. You see my backdrop, right?
Yeah.
You see the backdrop? We always working. You always working. We're always trying to promote and let people know what we're doing out here. It's
See
that
that?
time.
That's
You know what I
listen.
mean?
That's what I'm saying. You're like, you're like the P Diddy of the city right now, man. Like
Oh,
you got your hands and everything. You're always promoting. You know what I mean? I love it. Now,
no.
to a lot of people that don't know about the organization, if you had to, I'm giving you the floor right now to kind of talk about 508 Forever Young. Like, where did
Yep.
the name come from, and why did you just decide to do it, and what's it about, really?
So pretty much like growing up, just a little backstory. You know how we grew up. We always had support around us. We had different people in our lives that mentored us and looked out for us outside of our family. I
Yeah.
mean, so that feeling of receiving all that love when you're younger, boom, you got the support, you go through life, you realize different things, you go through some ups and downs, you have people who have taught you different things, but at the time you might not have want to listen or you really didn't want to hear them, whatever. Now as you go through life and you start to experience different things, you're like, and you look back, you're like, dang, that's what this person was talking about. Or this is how they, I mean, taught you to how to handle these situations gonna come and what you're gonna do. So having that feeling, knowing what I had growing up, I look around today and these kids just don't have that support. I
Mhm.
mean, like there's not as many opportunities as we had when we were growing up, and it don't sit well with me. I mean, I always been one to help people out, be a listening ear. If you need me to come help you move something, I help you move it. Like I've always been that dude. So now I'm in a position, I'm in a great space. I'm able to help these kids out. So that's what we're gonna do. It's just it's no better feeling.
You know, it's so crazy though, man. Like when I think about you, and I think about coming up, and I think about, like, if you don't know, Woody was a point guard for like most of his entire life. And he was the type of point guard, like, me being an older kid and then looking at him and my younger brothers. And, my brother's name, his nickname was, AB, you know what I mean? Yeah, another bucket, you know what I mean? He's a scorer mentality. But Woody was this guy that he
Uh-huh.
probably was bigger and had all these skills, but he was always feeding people. He always made sure that everybody
I
else was
love
good.
that.
He was, so it's very funny to me that, to take that mentality, like that's been your mentality. Like even on the court, you was
I was
never
a
the
giver.
person to
It
always
was a
be like,
giver.
I'm trying to get mine. You was always giving, always.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It was
Look, I
almost
mean,
like,
look at the supporting cast I had. Look at the people I had around me. I mean, I had
oh, you
nothing
had
but
a bunch
shit.
of gunners around you, man.
Magic. Name one time Magic passed the ball. Like Magic
Yeah.
ain't passed the ball.
That's what I'm
ABs
saying.
on my other wing. So I knew I go this way with it, ABs on the wing. And
Yeah.
then we just had big men. We had Jerome, we had Lars, no, we had, I mean, your brother KB. Like, we had an all-around squad. I mean, so it was easy for me to give. And it just, that's always been me, just giving, giving, giving. But just to go back real quick, my organization, because I done went on a whole rampage and didn't even get into what you
Yeah.
asked me.
Get into it.
Five Way Forever Young Inc. is a nonprofit organization here in the city of Worcester, gang drug prevention, and also being able to just give back. So right now we have 3 annual events that we do. We have the annual Stop the Violence event, which is usually the first Saturday after school gets out, because we want to catch kids when they go into the hot summers and there's aggravation and there's beef, and now people are out and they're doing different things in the community. So we want to try to prevent the violence, and we have an event at the Boys and Girls Club on that Saturday. And we also have an annual back to school backpack giveaway where we give away backpacks, food, haircuts. I bring out some different bouncy houses, arts and crafts. And also I award somebody in the city who I feel is like dear to me and dear to our community, who's been putting in the work. We give them an award called Flowers, where, you know what I mean, you smell it while you're alive, not while you 6 feet or you're laying in a casket. And the last event that we have is the holiday toy drive, where we 43 Pleasant Street Club Nemesco. We usually do the comedy show, get people down there. We gotta get you down there next time. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, it's so funny. Now, you know, I used to do this Toys for Tacoma Street. You know,
Oh, yeah.
so remember, I did the Toys for Tacoma Street for years, right?
Yeah.
At least
Yep.
7, 8 years. And
I used to work. I love that spot.
Yeah, I remember I started getting busy with my career, so I wasn't able to do it. And someone had recently, maybe about a year ago, 2 years ago, somebody has asked me like, yo, why don't you bring it back? And I said, nah, Woody got that covered now, man. Like, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that anymore. Like, you know, you took something. I mean, I'm not saying that you took the idea, but I'm just saying that you have this comedy show. It's like, why compete when there's one already going on that's doing well? I mean, it fits into your vision altogether as far as the community goes. So, but definitely 100%, man. I remember having your sister on there and her rocking it out.
Oh, she's a trip. Shebang bang.
Shebang bang all day.
Shebang bang.
But yeah,
trip, man, from day one.
So also, what made you come up with the name 508 Forever Young?
You know, I'm 508 all the way, but as far as the Forever Young, different. There was no real. Honestly, there was no real. It's just something that hit me. I ran with it, and that's what it is. Like, we want to live. We want to live forever. A lot of us, we out here trying to live movies, and like being forever young, where you can rewind the time and you can still see. You know what I mean? Like, you're still relevant and just forever young. And I want to catch the kids at a young age, because we all know as you start to get older and you go through life and you feel like you've grown now because you had a couple experiences, it's harder to reach those people. So I really want to focus on our younger kids, the elementary schools. I'm in the middle schools. Speaking of that, I got different middle schools. I'm on their Zooms right now, talking to the kids, trying to motivate them, keep them going, because, you know, it's COVID season, so a lot of kids are at home and they don't really want to. They think they can sleep. You know what I mean? They're sleeping like on the Zoom trying to get their work done.
They got the blankets pulled up to their face.
The blanket.
What you talking about?
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? You know, so we want to catch them. We want to catch them at an early age and just set a foundation, something that we had when we were growing up.
Yeah, see, I'm looking at one of the comments here, and it says someone thought Forever Young was because, you know, you look young for your age, so you were like bragging about yourself. Like, maybe it's because of the cocoa butter that you.
Well, the cocoa butter always works. I mean, get them knuckles and them elbows and all that. But and that's another thing. Like, it's healthy lifestyle, it's healthy living. Like, what do you want from your life? And me working out is one of the things that is a necessity. Like, I love working out. I feel good after I work out. I mean, when you hit the beach and you want to take your shirt off and all that.
Yeah, man, I see you flexing on us now, man. You know, 10, 15 years ago, you know, it wasn't like that. You know
man.
You know what I'm saying? So it's good to see you, like, you know, listen, you killing it in every facet of your life right now. You know,
Appreciate it, man.
good
We
brother, good
trying.
friend, good father, good fiance now, good,
Hey, hey.
yeah. Got a lot
Yeah,
of good
man.
things, positive things going on in your
Yeah.
life. Definitely a big role model in the city. Now, but my question, so the reason why you're here, one of the reasons why you're here, big question, very simple. You mentioned you had a lot of support in your life outside of the
Yeah.
home. As far as teachers go, who were your favorite teachers and why?
So when I think of teachers, I had a lot of them growing up. I went to Chandler Elementary, Forest Grove, and then Doherty. So along those, you know, the line of going to school, like I met with a lot of great teachers that always looked out for us and inspired us. But there's one particular teacher who, from day one, when you walked in that class, and then when you walked in the class, you sat down, you had your seat. My man pulled his cell phone out. We in seventh, eighth grade, right? I can't remember. I be in there, and he pulls his cell phone out. He's like, the way he said it, if y'all act up in here, I'm gonna call your mom, or I'm gonna call your parents. I'm gonna call somebody. They're gonna come up in this school and embarrass you. And the thought of that real quick was like, oh wait, you gonna call who? I mean, I don't need that person coming. I'm not gonna say on that. I don't need that person coming up into the school right now. But and then like his charisma, like he when he came in, he was moving around the class. He think like he's playing golf. He's out there stroking. And if those who haven't been to Forest Grove, I'm pretty sure everybody that went to Forest Grove knows what I'm talking about. It's Mr. Jennings. Robert Jennings. He's a basketball coach for the girls. Like he's still active in the community. And I mean, just his impression, like his energy to teach us and want us to excel, and the fact that he looks like you and he's still around like to this day is just, he was that guy. He was that guy for me. Forest Grove, Mr. Jennings.
Wow, man, that's so funny because you know, I didn't have Mr. Jennings I didn't have him in middle school, but I did have him in the Upward Bound program, which he was a teacher in that program,
Okay.
and he still, he has that swag about him. He's got that. I used to play basketball, but I'm still that dude. Even though y'all look at me and you're like this older, he's just that guy. And
he's smooth with it. He's smooth.
He's smooth with it. Just a good brother, very very intelligent. He's quick to get in your butt when you need someone to get in your butt. He's no joke. You know, he's about the education. And
you need that. You
I
need to
work
be held
with him
accountable.
So one of my first principals of color, I would say, one of my first principals of color was Bob Jennings. And I had him at Sullivan Middle. So like to be a former student and to know what he brings to the table as a student and to see him in this administration role and be a teacher under him, man, like when he would walk in the room and he speak and he still had that same swag, you know, I had just so much pride looking at him like, yo, look at Bob, man, like, but
doing it.
Dude, like he's still the same, right? And you know, I was under I worked under him, you know, with him being principal at Sullivan for about 4 years, and I had a great time, and I got nothing but love and respect for Bob Jennings. So it doesn't surprise me that somebody
dude,
like that, who had him as a history teacher, I believe, right? You had him as a history teacher. Did you have him as a history teacher?
Yeah.
Yep. I think
the reason I remember that is, I know you about to ask me about a funny story or something that happened in school.
Yeah, no, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. Now, like it's always, like I said, it's always, you know, great to have people on and talking about their favorite teachers. And Bob Jennings, he's a worthy guy. So shout out to Mr. Jennings. If you're out there,
yes, sir.
Yes. Now, were there any teachers that you had that you would say weren't so inspiring? And I don't want to say like you don't have to mention them if you don't want to, but like, what did they do to make you like that? That if you would have kind of listened to them, it kind of could have turned you off in some way, whether it's class, life, or whatever.
I didn't have any of those, to be honest with you. Like, I didn't have any situations that I remember off the top of my head where they was disrespectful to me.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I was just fortunate to come across some good teachers,
Mm-hmm.
and my personality, I really didn't feed into any of that. Like, I was told, you go to school, you get your education. I mean, like, you don't worry about what the teachers are doing. But as far as like a teacher that's I can remember, as far as being disrespect, like anything along those lines, I don't remember those.
Okay. No, that's
Yeah.
fine. I mean, not everybody has a sob story, because a lot of it
Right.
sometimes too is, sometimes it could be like a personality conflict too. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
Like, if you clash with that teacher personality wise, there might be more interactions where there's confrontation. You know what I mean? Like, for me, like, because there were kids, being an in-school suspension teacher, sometimes I would get kids that just couldn't stand the teacher,
Oh yeah.
or vice versa. The teacher couldn't stand the kid. They're like, oh, thank God you got him today. I would
Hmm.
have had him for a double period. And for me, I was with sometimes I would be like, damn, why did some teachers don't like this kid? But it's because my relationship with them was different than the teachers. My
Right.
personality didn't clash with theirs or whatever. But
Yeah. I was actually that guy. I was that teacher.
uh,
Like, I was in IA at a behavioral school,
yeah,
and pretty much whenever I was called to a certain floor, they knew what time. Like, I was pretty much security type of thing, as far as, and also being an IA at the school. So
yeah,
when I went down to that floor, and now every time I'm being like having any kind of interaction with that kid, I'm the bad guy, because it's a situation now I got to come down and handle it.
yeah,
So we didn't have any other interactions as far as like just having conversation. Oh,
yeah.
what's your life? What's your this like? So as far as like interact, like I had that opportunity, like that situation where I was that bad teacher, but nothing too crazy. But just when they come down, they're like,
Oh
every
yeah, yeah.
time
Because
situation,
yeah.
you want to come down, and why you gotta come down there now? I'm tired. I mean, like, you want to hear it, but
Yeah, no, no. So let me ask you another question, because I think this is very important, because I forgot you were IA for a while, right?
yeah, I did it for 2 years.
For 2 years.
Two
So
years, two
how
long
how
years, too
like,
long.
because my brother does it now, and me being
Yep.
a former teacher, and not being in the school system as much, like one of my hardest, or one of the most difficult things for me as far as leaving went, like, I think being a teacher and leaving teaching was easy for me, but the hard part was I understood the impact I had as a person of color at the school. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
you don't like I said, you don't ask for it, but you play a major role when you work at a school that's as diverse as the school that I worked at, and maybe
Hmm.
the same for you. I mean, you sometimes can be one of the only, like, positive,
Right.
like, role model, like male role models at the school. You probably could be the only real person of color, like male, at the school. So there's this, like, I wouldn't say there's this pressure, but I mean, there's a lot of eyes on you. You know what I mean? And you
Definitely,
do have
man.
a
I
big
mean,
impact.
yep. And like you said, man, just being able to work with them, it was a good thing. And it's tough leaving them, because you build relationships and you become like, sometimes, I mean, when these kids come in off the bus, man, when they're having a bad morning, when they had a
Mhm.
problem at home, and now they're bringing that energy into school, and they can't even focus, and they're
Yeah,
hungry, and I mean, there's different things going on inside of them, to the point where now you come into school and I'm asking you to do X, Y, and Z. It's tough. So me being able to understand that and relate, definitely made a positive impact on them. And then, like you said, on top of that, I look like them.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I understand the culture, where versus sometimes in these schools, what we see is that people from out of town, they come and work with our babies, and then they're trying to teach them, and they can't get past certain behaviors that the kid may demonstrate or model. So now it makes it tough. They feel, they take it personal, or they think something's wrong, and they can't make that connection with the kid. So
yeah,
then, like, if you don't have that connection, how do you even be able to teach the kid? I
yeah.
mean, so like, it was a amazing experience for 2 years, man. I did it. It was tough at times. You know what I mean, like you go home, you're burnt out.
Oh
But
yeah,
it was
hmm
well worth it, man. I love the kids, man. That was fun.
I mean, obviously you love the kids. You started 508, Forever Young. I mean, I think to me, like when I left teaching, what I at least said to myself sometimes was like, even though I'm doing comedy, I always felt like I can still do things to give back to the young. Go back to the schools and speak, which I have been doing for, every year since I've been
Oh yeah.
outside of COVID. Like I still go back, I still do certain things to stay kind of connected as far as the youth. But and I'm pretty sure you probably feel the same way. Although you're not an IA in the classroom anymore, you're still very much connected to the youth and community with
Mm-hmm.
everything that you do. So let me lead you to this next question, and this is more the funny. This is more the funny.
Okay.
I want you to
You know
tell
I'm not
me.
funny. I don't got nothing funny for you.
Nah. You don't have to. You don't have,
I don't have
it
nothing
don't
funny.
listen.
I'm not
It
that
don't have
funny
to be.
guy.
Listen. It don't have to be. You don't have to be funny because I think sometimes
Okay.
when people come on here and I'm like, "Yo, tell me a
You
funny
put a lot of
story,"
pressure on
and
me.
they like, "Damn, dog!" Like they start thinking about it. They have nightmares. They can't sleep. Goddamn, they
That's
lying.
what I'm saying, man. It took me. I thought about coming on the show, man. When I was like, hit the button on. All right.
Yeah, no. So for all those listeners out there, you do not need to be funny. But
Okay.
if you
Just make
have
that
a
clear for me.
story, we
Yeah.
all have a story that could have been funny to us or interesting to us, looking back at it as an adult, or something that made you laugh when you were a kid. And every time you think about it, it still cracks you up because it doesn't necessarily have to be about you. It could
Right.
just be about, but it's
But
that
how?
thing.
But how that look? I can't be talking about. I can't have. My man's got to know the story if I talk about him right now.
Hey, listen, well, you don't have to say his name. He'll know the story, but
He
it's
got,
still, the people,
how I
nobody's
know he
gonna
want
know.
everybody else to know.
But see the thing, so here's the thing about it. Like when you tell the story, it's not so much I want, like, because the story doesn't have to be funny. It could be sad or it could be whatever.
It could
Interesting.
be
It could be
sad.
sad. So yeah, and then I had to kill her. You'd be like, oh damn, no, like, no.
Nah.
But I kind of want to understand like why. Because a lot of times what's funny to me is like somebody would be like, yo, I got this funny ass story when I was in school, right? And then they tell me the story, right? And then when the story's over, they'll be like, maybe it wasn't that funny. I don't even understand why.
Yeah, right.
So for me, no, it's not even anything that I did, but like in their brain, they told themselves that this is the funniest. So I just want to know why, whatever it is, why you think it's interesting. So it's like not, you know what I'm saying? Like, because something could be funny to you as long as I know why. I just want to know why.
Mine don't got a why. Let me tell you about mine. I guess mine don't got a why.
Okay.
I don't know. So here we are, boom, elementary, Chandler, like third or fourth grade.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, I don't know, I couldn't get my front teeth. So I'm gummy, like the first four top.
Wait.
Right?
You was in first grade?
We third or fourth grade.
Damn, how come you didn't have no teeth in the third or fourth grade?
We were snacking, right? I don't know what it was, man. Whatever, we didn't have them, right? So the first four just gone, missing. And I remember going to, you gotta let me tell a story of what, man. You over here laughing at me?
My bad.
All right. So we go to the dentist or whatever, and they gave me this retainer, and they got the four fronts. I mean, we put the four fronts in, boom. We go to school, and I figured out a way to just like with my tongue, knock it down, pull it up, knock it down, pull it up. Why am I in there scaring the girls, man? Middle of class, I mean, put them joints down. No good, scaring them.
No good.
I did that for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I had to stop because, you know what I mean, you get in trouble one time, two times. You're like, all right. But yeah, I had the four.
You had the four teeth. Damn, all four. How all four of your teeth go on vacation?
We good now, though.
At the same, they good now. They're looking good.
Not even we good now.
No, I'm just cracking up. But like, but see, that's funny, and I know why it's funny. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's funny for me, but I don't know about the people I was scaring. I don't know
Oh
about
no, I
them.
mean, listen, if you're in the 4th grade and you scared of somebody with 4 missing teeth, that's the same age as you. Something's wrong with your ass. Like, you know what I mean? It's
Oh
not
man.
like it was an old man in the class that had 4 missing teeth. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah. I'm supposed to.
It was the dude that was in 3rd grade with you that had 4 missing teeth. Like, they knew who you were.
You're right. You're right. It don't sound as bad now.
It don't sound as bad, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like, to me, what's funny is the why. Like, even your why is they scared. And you ever ask yourself, why are they scared? That's so stupid. It's so stupid to be scared. You know what I mean? What kind of kids were these that you was around? What kind of girls was you scaring?
No names.
That's funny. Now let me ask you another question, because I just want to. Coaching, because you coach.
Yep.
And you play. So I'm gonna give you an option.
Whoa. I didn't hear what I said. I heard you say I coached.
And then
I don't know if you said play or played. Because I don't play no more.
No. I know you don't play no more. You ain't like my brother Aaron. You know, my brother Aaron is older than, if you don't know, crowd, my brother Aaron is older than Woody. And if I would have said, do you still play? He would have been like, yeah, I still play. Like, I have a younger nephew that's 21. And when my nephew was about 15, like sometimes I come home, he'd be like, yo, I need a ride to practice. And Aaron, my brother, who's 17 years older than him, would be like, well, I need a ride to practice. Shout out to Aaron. They both had games at the same time. Aaron did not let it go. You know, he still plays and considers himself a player all day, right? So,
yes, sir.
So I guess I said play, so because I wanted you to tell me a story in which it doesn't have to be funny. It could just be interesting. I'm interested in the why. Like, as a player or as a coach, tell me a story or incident that happened that you think was bizarre, funny, or whatever, and I just want to know why you think that.
We got a couple bizarre stories. Like, one was we didn't even make it to our game because of Bobby Harris messing around and driving us all around. I don't know where this man had us going, man.
Oh, so
we supposed to go to Springfield. You know how we played out there, 13 to 15 league, 10 to 12.
Yep.
We supposed to be going out here. My man had us circling the block. We still in Worcester. We got game in 20 minutes. How we gonna make? And my man, we ain't never made. We made to the game. They was like, yo, y'all, you're late. You can't play. We all start crying now. We want the ball. Now we looking forward to that. My man, Bobby.
So Bobby probably needed GPS. Bobby probably needed MapQuest. He's just driving around.
That guy at the time.
Shout out to Bobby Harris out there. If you don't know, shout out to Bobby Harris, another Worcester legend, Boys Club legend in the city. Now, as far as players go, like as a coach goes, like what's the funniest incident that happened, or whatever interesting incident that happened to you as a coach? Like, have you been in any crazy incidents where you just after the game you just like you thinking about it, you're like, wow.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of is that I coached the freshman team over at Claremont Academy.
Yeah.
And we went to 3 overtimes with South High.
Shout out to South High. That's
back and forth, boom. Oh yeah. We were going back and forth, boom, shot for shot. We ended up going to 3 overtime and check my man out, my little guy, Ty Tabalis. He's a basketball player. Killing it, doing his thing. You can check him out. He got his workouts and all that. My man came down, hit some clutch shots, and then we hit a 3 to end the game, and we ended up winning by like 2 points or whatever. But after that, just being able to like share that moment, the kids were just excited. Everybody jumping around. They're cloud 9. That was one of the highlights of my coaching seasons. I mean,
yeah, that's what's up, man. Like, like those moments when like a play, like it's funny, like as a coach, you know what I mean? Like it's a different attitude when you're a coach. Like you gotta keep
Right.
it, you gotta keep it together. You can't show your excitement too much like you can, but you gotta
Right.
contain yourself. You can't be acting crazy like the kids. You know, the kids did throwing Gatorade bottle. You can't be a coach throwing the damn Gatorade bottle up after the game, especially if you
They
ain't
get
got
you
no good
hyped,
record.
though.
You
They
know,
make you want to every once in a while, man. It's fun.
yeah, of course, you know, but you know, you have to maintain that maturity. But that is funny, like when you're in an incident where you know you go through some type of like adversity and you don't know what's gonna happen. It's like a heavyweight bout, and then your team pulls through, and then
Right.
you just like it's just this amazing feel. That bus ride home is usually like the
Oof.
best ride home ever. You just
We were at home. That was the beauty of it. I mean, we
oh,
had
you're at home.
and you know something about the freshman games. It's the first game.
Yeah.
Kids after school, they're all there. It's 3:30. I mean, like, so the energy in the building is hype. And is that end up recording highlights of the game, and I have it, so I have to repost it after this so that people can see it. But it was dope, man. The energy in the building was crazy.
That's dope, man. I you know that's one thing I will say. I do miss coaching sometimes because I coached at Claremont when it was the all school. I coached for about 6 years, and
Yep.
but I will tell you, I had this one incident. You ever have this incident? Like you know when you're coaching, sometimes you know it's weird. You ever like coach and the game's going on and you're looking at the game, but you look over to your right at the bench and you can feel the eyes on you, like coach. Let me in.
Put me in the
You know what I
game.
mean? They got that puppy.
You can't look.
That puppy look. You know they got
Yeah,
that,
you can't look. You can't look.
and you
for
can't
too long.
look.
You
As a
got
coach, you don't want to make
deep
eye
in the
contact
eye.
with them. You don't want to make eye contact with them. And I remember I used to have this one player that the he wanted to play bad, right? But he had so much pride in asking. He would just always like every time there was like a huddle, he would always be closer to me. You know, it's like watching the movies when the face keeps getting closer to the screen and shit, right? Like,
Yep.
you know, like he's on the bench, he's moving closer. So, you know, I ignore him because, you know, I'm like,
Put me in the
you know,
game.
put me in the game, coach. You know, I'm like, yo, you just chill, right? So then the next game, he didn't do that. But when I looked up in the stands, a bunch of kids had these shirts that said "Free Jose." I said, "Man, free Jose."
From the bench?
No, they weren't on the bench. It was people in the crowd that were
One
his
you to free him from the bench and put
They
him in the
wanted to
game.
free him from the bench, right? So I was like, you know what? In my head, I started laughing. Like I was like, yo, that's a clever move.
Genius.
It's genius. However, I knew his capabilities. You know what I mean? Like I knew I had him in the right situation. So then one day, you know, they got these shirts on. They wear them one game. The second game, they wear them again. So I go, listen, you know what? I'm going to put him in a game, man. I put him in a game. Within 5 seconds, he gets the ball. Boom. He scores a basket.
Balling.
I immediately call a timeout. Listen, I call a timeout.
Well, you just said he got in the game.
Yes. He got in the game. They checked the ball into him. He scored on our own basket.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I said,
Go get him.
I called timeout, right? I called timeout. And then I turn to the crowd. I'm like, what now? Y'all see what I'm saying? These people, they were taking the shirts off. They were like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Really?
That's funny.
But that's
You're
my
so
man.
excited.
He ended up balling out. Like he ended up balling out. I can't lie and say that it was just his nerves that got to him. But that was just like a funny like coaching, because I did love coaching. Like you and my brother coached together for a minute at Claremont, and shout out to Claremont Academy by the way as well. But yeah, man, I don't want this to, because sometimes with these Zoom shows it'll cut off. You know what I mean? So but I do want to talk about one other thing. Like if people wanted to do more to help your organization, like what can they do? Like, is there like a website that they can go to? Is there, how can they contact you?
So they can go on the website, 508foreveryoung.com. On there, if you want to volunteer for any of the events that we have, you can click on the event, and then it'll give you a drop-down option where you can do that. You can stay up to beat with different events that we're having, different things that we're doing in the community. And also, feel free to send me an email at 508foreveryoung@gmail.com. I'll respond to you as soon as I can. And right now, we're just building. We're building. We've been, again, just giving. And I wanted to get to the point where we have a facility, because that's the goal, right? We want to get a facility where we can keep these kids off the streets, provide mentoring, different sports, creative arts, homework center, after school program where we can get them off the streets, and also just teach them to be young kings and queens, and understand their worth and their value of life. Because it seems like at this point, a lot of the kids that we're dealing with don't value life like they should. They often need support from somebody else. So we want to be that support. We want to be able to, again, be a listening ear and validate a lot of the stuff that they go into, because I know often sometimes they want to say different things to people, but they feel like you just don't understand. And we often, as adults, we go back to, oh, well, back in my day, we didn't do it. Well, guess what? It's not back in the day. Like, these kids live a different time. So, not to get sidetracked, but go on the website, 508foreveryoung.com. Email me, 508foreveryoung@gmail.com. Give me a call, 774-386-2292. Facebook, Woodrow Adams. Like, I'm all over right now. So there's different ways you can reach me. Any questions, want to volunteer, make a donation, hit me up.
All right. Well, Woody, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Listen, you didn't have to be super funny. You know what I mean? That you didn't get smacked by the red or yellow hand in the background.
You see it, right? Hey.
So I think you did an excellent job. Shout out to Claremont Academy. Shout out
to Louis Ojeda,
Aaron Baxter, my little brother.
Down, AB.
Yeah, shout out to all them Boys Club boys out there, Magic and Elijah and everybody else. Jerome,
brother.
Yeah. So shout out to everybody. But thank you for coming on the show. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Woody, it's been a pleasure again, and I'll talk to you soon, brother. All right.
Nothing but love. I'll talk to you later, bro.
Yep. Peace.